Hello, friends. What happens when a people who chase cows decide to chase crops instead? The canoe floats past scattered clusters of smoke, some thin and lazy, curling from clay ovens, others thicker, rising from land being cleared. Listen closely, and you'll hear two sounds echoing together, the hum of hymns and the clink of farming tools. The Vedic tribes are beginning to stay. For generations, these people moved with the rhythm of rivers and rains, their lives tied to the hooves of cattle. But now, something is shifting. Slowly, quietly, a new rhythm takes hold, one of seasons, sowing, and soil. It didn't happen overnight. They didn't drop their spears and pick up sickles in a single summer. But as the population grew and fertile land beckoned, families began settling, first for a season, then for good. The clues are there in the later hymns. Suddenly, plows and fields begin to appear in verses. Barley, once foraged or traded, is now being grown. Tools become more specialized. The same people who once built only fire altars now dig irrigation channels and argue over who gets which patch of dirt. Human progress, as always, comes with boundary disputes. The grama, or village, takes shape. At first, just a few huts, a central fire, some curious cows. But soon, there's structure, kulist, families, living side by side, led by a gramani, the head of the clan or the village. He isn't quite a king, but he's the guy who settles quarrels and decides whose bull really won the fight. And speaking of bulls, cattle don't disappear. Far from it. They remain sacred, valuable, and still central to identity. But they now share space with grains, granaries, and the beginnings of land ownership. The Vedic economy is becoming mixed. A bit of cows, a bit of crops, a sprinkle of raids for old time's sake. Life changes too. Permanent homes mean permanent memories. Children grow up in the same house, ancestors are remembered in the same courtyard, and rituals take on deeper roots. Now that people aren't wandering, they can build traditions that last. But don't picture sprawling stone cities yet. These were still simple villages, mud walls, thatched roofs, open courtyards. The shift to farming brought routine, but also risk. One bad monsoon, and suddenly the cowards seemed wiser. Yet the direction was set. With settlement comes specialization. Some people farm, some become full-time priests, some become metal workers, tool makers, storytellers. Suddenly, trade grows. You grow grain, I'll sharpen your plow. It's the beginning of a world where not everyone has to do everything. But there's another shift, less visible, more powerful. As people settle, rituals become more elaborate. Fires burn longer, ceremonies grow bigger, and society, once flexible, begins to harden. Hierarchies creep in. The priestly class rises. With land, inheritance becomes an issue. Lineage matters more than merit. Still, it's a hopeful time. Villages are alive with laughter, rituals, births, stories, and yes, occasional drama over whose goat wandered into whose grain pit. But amid it all, something larger is taking shape, the foundation of settled civilization. And at the center of village life, the fire. Not just for warmth or cooking, but for worship. Because next time we'll sit by the sacred flame itself and watch as smoke carries verses into the sky. Coming up, the fire and the sacrifice, yajnas, rituals, and their philosophical underpinnings. Because before temples rose, the divine came down to the firewood.